Good afternoon. I'm going to take a couple of minutes to go over our agenda for this week. At the top, we have an overview for Module 3, which will run from today till next Tuesday. The focus of this week is revisiting and revising the first part of our methodology section, which includes the project design and data collection. These are sections that we initially worked on last fall in 601. If we scroll down a little bit here, we'll see our learning objectives for this week, again, are just to revise that portion of the methodology and to complete our second reflection. You also have your first check-in. Moving down. Grabbing this. We'll see our learning activities, the first of which each week is to watch the video that will be placed above, number 1. And then the instructions for the next two sections are going to look like they were for next week. There will be a link here for you to access the description of those two sections from the capstone description that was shared the first week. So you can just click on this right here and read what the expectations are, including the rubric. You're going to create a Word document, and I only want you to post these two sections. Okay, don't put your whole paper in the document where your peer reviewer has to kind of scroll through and find what they're supposed to review. Please just create a new, fresh Google document that includes just these two sections, so they can quickly start to work on providing the review for your capstone. So you're going to put your revised project design. So you're going to take the first part of this week, go back and revisit these two sections from, if you haven't looked at them, from the last time you looked at them, whether that was in the fall or the spring. And then by Saturday, you're going to post those just like you did last week at the bottom of this agenda. Next, you will go in just like you did last week. This is the next bullet right here. You'll go in next, like you did last week, and you will identify one of your peers' papers. You will make a comment under that post that you will be reviewing this, and you will have until Tuesday to provide feedback using the track changes and comment feature. And then you will post that again underneath your previous comment at the bottom of this agenda. So again, this agenda is going to look very similar to last week's agenda. We're just moving down the rubric in our capstone and looking and revising and then peer reviewing each of those sections. Item number 3. And just to pause 1 second real quickly. As far as number 2 is concerned, if for some reason someone does not identify your paper to review by Saturday at midnight, please let me know so I can go in there and look at and assign somebody to do that. Okay. Item number 3. Like last week, you have an option as far as what you can reflect on. The first one is a roughly 23-minute. I think there's actually a recording for this article on this link, so you can listen to it or you can read it. And I think it's a 23-minute discussion about teacher leaders and change, or just broadly change in schools, but it also talks about teacher leaders within that discussion. The next one is, again, the key key part of our program is is leadership, right? Teachers as leaders in the building. And I thought that this was a interesting TED Talk on how great leaders inspire action. I thought that there was a lot of truth to what this individual had to say, and the number, I think maybe 20 million individuals have watched this video, so there must be something to it. He talks about how great leaders inspire, and so I thought that this would be relevant to you moving forward as teacher leaders in your building. Number 4 is the 2 prompts that you have, and if you read the article, I'd like for you to write a couple of paragraphs on what your primary takeaway was from the article as it relates to you as a teacher leader and to you as a change agent in your building. The second one is, again, for the TED Talk on leadership, and it was, and when you watch it, these prompts will make sense. What is your organization's purpose? What is your organization's cause? What is your organization's belief? Why does it exist? And connected to that purpose, that cause and belief, why do you get out of bed in the morning? Be sure to note that the requirements posted for each reflection on the syllabus and as it relates to the capstone. And again, this is due on Tuesday, 6/24. And then finally, you want to click here. There's just a brief Google form, a survey that asks you about your peer review experience. And everyone should complete this, and it's due Tuesday by midnight. So that's our agenda for this week. Everybody should have received a grade on first week's the assignment for the first week, and I will have the assignment for week 2 completed. If there's anything that I need to give you feedback on prior to the start of the next class. Hope everybody has a good week, and I will talk to you next Tuesday.